Hey, what's going on? My name is Mick, and I'm posting my day trading journey right here to YouTube with complete transparency. And today I had a single trade. I played the gap this morning, almost right off of the open. We had a fairly large gap. The overnight low was 43.53, and the low of day that I was playing to the gap fill was 43.78, roughly around there, and pretty significant gap, over 20 points, so I wasn't entirely sure if it was going to get filled. But kind of my checklist going into this today was checking to see because we're in a downtrend right now, and I wanted to see if we were going to break below the overnight low when the market opened. We did break below it. We kind of wicked down there, but then immediately rejected. To me, that's a good sign to start playing long for the gap fill. I wish I would have played a little bit sooner. That would have been a much better play. But I did end up getting long after this little pullback here. I was, again, kind of a slower entry. I got in at 43.62, kind of a slow entry. Wish I would have gotten in closer to like 43.60. That would have been really nice. But this is my trade for today. I want to kind of just like let this play out. I was kind of shooting for the 43.78 position, but I wasn't entirely sure if we were going to actually do the full gap fill. And I stayed in this trade about 20 minutes, or about 19 minutes, and things were a little slow. Today's options expiration as well, so this gap fill wasn't as clean as I would like, so I found myself sitting through a lot of this chop right here, a lot of consolidation, a lot of chop. I was still pretty convicted on my trade. I really enjoy gap fills. They seem to have pretty high probability of filling. So I was pretty set on this trade. I was going to let it run either way. Here, after the consolidation, I did move. I'm trading two contracts. I did move one contract from the gap close. I moved my my profit target to 43.70, which was kind of like a half gap fill, so I was hoping to just take a little bit there. I wasn't entirely sure if it was going to make it all the way to the full gap fill, so in hindsight I probably could have taken both contracts here, because right when I got filled at 43.70, we started to slow down. We had a pretty large wick, and things started to head the opposite direction for me. And at that point, right after I got filled, I moved my stop loss from like 43.58. I moved it to above break even, just to get a little bit there, but at least I moved it to break even so that I would at least secure, whatever $387 I made today. So I moved it, and then I basically just let it run out. In hindsight, I could have taken my other contract off here, but again, if you leave the trade and it does actually end up running up to the full gap fill, that would have been great. And I think I managed this trade pretty well considering where I moved my stop loss. But in hindsight, maybe a slightly lower stop loss. I don't know. I think it was a pretty good trade overall. I felt pretty good about it. But overall, two contracts long on a chunk of the total gap fill I felt pretty good about. Took an easy 380 bucks today, and it's Friday, options expirations, so it's super choppy, super wicky today. If you look at the 5-minute chart here on the left, it's just fairly wicky. I don't really want to get caught up in a lot of these things, and it's just super easy to lose money today on these options expiration. Things can get a little tricky, so I'm done by 12 today. Took my money, and I'm gonna enjoy my weekend. See you guys next time. Peace.